looking at a continent in motion. A continent demanding justice, seizing opportunity, and forging its own future. From a historic ruling against a political dynasty in Gabon to a vaccine breakthrough in South Africa, these headlines show Africa is moving from recipient to architect. This is the African News Update on Top Accolade News. The headlines: Gabon court hands 20-year prison terms to former First Lady and son. Investigation finds poor weather behind Ghana helicopter tragedy. Tunisia secures $430 million World Bank funding to modernize power sector. Vodacom partners with Starlink to expand high-speed internet across Africa. We'll begin in Gabon. A Gabonese court sentenced Sylvia Bongo and son Noureddin Bongo to 20 years in prison for embezzlement and corruption, finding them 100 million CFA francs each, with Noureddin ordered to pay an additional 1.2 trillion CFA francs in state damages. Tried in absentia, they were accused of exploiting former President Ali Bongo's 2018 stroke for personal gain, charges they denied as a legal farce. The verdict follows their 20-month detention and release on medical grounds. The Bongo family, which ruled Gabon for over 5 decades, has long faced corruption allegations, highlighting that even entrenched political dynasties are not immune to justice. From a political crisis, we move to a painful tragedy. An investigative committee has found that poor weather caused the August helicopter crash in Ghana that killed Defense Minister Edward Umen Boama, Environment Minister Ibrahim Murtala Mohamed, and 6 others. The Z-9 military helicopter lost altitude due to a downdraft while flying from Accra to Obuasi. Though airworthy, the 13-year-old aircraft lacked a terrain awareness and warning system, highlighting the need to modernize the Ghana Air Force fleet. The probe, involving U.S. experts and the Chinese manufacturer, confirmed no survivors. Eyewitnesses said the helicopter was flying unusually low before the crash, underscoring how aging equipment and unpredictable weather can turn deadly, even for the highest officers. Shifting gears to development, a critical injection of funding is set to transform Tunisia's energy landscape. Tunisia has signed a $430 million 5-year financing agreement with the World Bank to support the Tunisia Energy Reliability, Efficiency and Governance Improvement Program, aiming to add 2.8 gigawatts of wind and solar capacity by 2028. The program will modernize the national electricity utility, boost performance, attract private investment, reduce carbon intensity, and ensure reliable electricity access. TEREC is expected to mobilize $2.8 billion in private investment, with $30 million in conventional World Bank financing. World Bank country manager Alexandra Arobio said the initiative strengthens Tunisia's clean energy position and creates economic opportunities, turning a sustainable energy future from vision into funded reality. Connectivity is the new currency across Africa. Vodacom Group has partnered with Starlink to provide high-speed, low-latency satellite broadband to African businesses and rural communities, integrating Starlink's backhaul into Vodacom's mobile network. The collaboration will improve connectivity to schools, health centers, and enterprises, while allowing Vodacom to resell Starlink services with locally tailored solutions. Complementing Vodacom's existing 4G, 5G, fiber, and satellite coverage, the partnership supports its Vision 2030 goal of reaching 260 million consumers. Starlink aims to expand reliable connectivity across 25 African countries, ushering in a new era for Africa's digital frontier. You're watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. South Africa is making history. South African researchers have started clinical trials on the country's first domestically manufactured vaccine in over 50 years, an oral cholera vaccine developed by Cape Town-based Biovac. Initial trials were tested safety in adults, before comparing the vaccine to existing options. Officials called it a milestone for Africa's vaccine self-reliance, with the health minister saying approval could come by 2028. Experts noted South Africa could become the second global producer of oral vaccine for cholera. Cholera remains a threat, with the 2023 outbreak killing 47 people. The WHO estimates up to 4 million people are affected by cholera annually, with tens of thousands of deaths, underscoring that Africa is moving from vaccine recipient to creator. In the fight against climate change, Africa is claiming a seat at the table. Ethiopia has been endorsed to host the United Nations COP32 Climate Summit in 2027, defeating a rival bid from Nigeria and securing support from fellow African nations. The summit set to take place in Addis Ababa will allow Ethiopia to shape the agenda, highlight its climate priorities, and play a key role in guiding global climate action. The decision still awaits formal adoption. Ethiopia's ambassador to Brazil described the selection as a vote of confidence, saying COP32 will be pivotal in advancing climate efforts during this critical decade. The choice signals Africa's growing influence in global climate diplomacy, proving that even continents, often sidelined, can now take center stage in the world's most pressing environmental issues. Return now to a cultural loss that underscores the tragic reality of violence in South Africa. Two brothers, Bongo and Malusi Ndimande, has been charged with the murder of South African rapper AKA and his friend, celebrity chef Tips, following their extradition from Eswatini. The attack, described by police as a coordinated hit, occurred outside a Durban restaurant in 2023 during AKA's birthday celebration. The brothers face additional charges including attempted murder and unlawful possession of a firearm, and will stand trial alongside 5 others accused already in custody. AKA, celebrated hip-hop artist known for 3 solo albums and collaboration with stars such as Burna Boy, was mourned nationwide, highlighting both the country's high murder rate and the loss of a cultural icon. His death serves as a stark reminder that even the brightest stars are not immune to South Africa's violence. Finally, to the football pitch. The Nigerian national team is grappling with a dual crisis ahead of Thursday's 2026 World Cup playoff semi-final against Gabon in Rabat, as players stage a training boycott over unpaid bonuses, and midfielder Alexi will be sparking controversy with a social media post mocking the team hotel. Arriving in Morocco open to regroup after a shaky qualifying campaign, the Super Eagles now face mounting tension, with coach staffing urging the federation to resolve financial disputes quickly. Despite a roster full of Euro-based stars, the squad's focus has been shaken, leaving their performance in Thursday's clash as much a test of mental resilience as footballing skills. In Nigeria, the pitch may be where talent meets turmoil, and only unity will decide who advances. Across politics, health, energy, and sports, the stories show how Africa, in all complexity, powerful, innovative, vulnerable, and resilient. Tonight, the headlines remind us that leadership, courage, and collaboration are the forces that will shape the continent's next chapter. I'm Ojo Kocha, and this is the African News Update on Top Accolade News, keeping you connected to the pulse of the continent.